Okay, I'm Ian. I'm a tour guide. I have a company called Southampton Tours, and we organise tours from Southampton out into the countryside of southern England. So we come to places like the Cotswolds and Bath and Stonehenge and many other nice locations. It goes back to sort of before the Romans were here. I mentioned before we had the Celts before the Romans. Yeah. Before I discovered Bókun, it was quite early on in my business I actually discovered Bókun, so I think I was quite lucky in that sense. Because early on we did struggle in managing the booking side of it. We tried to partner up with a lot of hotels, and that obviously meant a lot of admin work was involved in it. But when we joined on with Bókun, that really helped us to reduce the amount of admin, and the bookings would be managed themselves effectively. So there were local children who would have a candle, and they would light the candle and then walk them home. And then once they got back to their house, the child would want to put the candle out because obviously that's expensive. Right. So he'd snuff it out in the snuff, and then he'd walk back into the centre of Bath in the dark, get his next customer, and then walk back up again. So what led me to Bókun? To be honest, it was reputation, I think. When I was looking at the other companies, and I spoke to some other tour guides who were using different agents, and Bókun was highly spoken about. And when I looked, they gave me a good demonstration. It was probably an hour or so, so they spent a lot of time with me to go into detail of how Bókun worked, and it ticked all the boxes for everything I needed. So I had a good reputation, and the product was perfect for what I wanted.
Yeah, it's a whole different experience of what a cathedral could be or should be.
Gone for a different idea of what it was going to be. Yeah. The main pain points in the business was just being tied up with the admin of running tours and managing our calendar, really. When we first set up on it, there was quite a lot of work involved in the setup, because obviously you had to get all your tours on there, you had to get all the information about your tours. But Bókun were excellent in helping me do that. They walked me through it step by step. And the things that for me were complicated, they made easy. Biggest benefit of Bókun would be increased sales, most definitely, because it partners you up with all the different online travel agents all in one place. So I don't have to go to lots of different agents and get different contracts with them. And so it manages all of that side for me and gives me access to markets that as a small independent business I could never get access to. So increased sales would definitely be the biggest bonus of Bókun. So it pays for itself, really. And then people could pay their tithe in goods. So if they grow wheat, they put wheat in the barn, 10% of their wheat would come in this barn. The church would then sell the wheat and it pays to the church. Our future plans for the business is to keep growing. At the moment we've got 3 vehicles that we run. So we want to grow by 1 vehicle each year. For us to grow, we obviously need to increase sales. We're really lucky at the moment. We run at maximum capacity for the majority of the year, so there's potential to grow the business. But having Bókun on side means that we're going to be able to continue to grow the business because there's going to be more sales for us. We haven't really tapped into a lot of the Bókun's marketplace at the moment, so that's a future area of growth through Bókun that I'd be looking at. So if you were considering to go for Bókun, I would suggest that it's a great choice to make. Definitely do your research. There's plenty of other companies out there, but from the research I did, then I don't think there is a better company. They're certainly the best when it comes to connections that they have with the larger online travel agents like the Viators and Get Your Guide, and they're very simple and easy to use. So I don't think I'd hesitate in recommending Bókun to anybody.